Hello everyone, this is Mike of Mike's Trainz. I made a short video today just to give you an update on how my route is going, what kind of things I've worked on lately, what kind of things I've done lately. I haven't worked on much lately, but in the last several months I've done several things. This here is the main central town on my route, Reedsburg. This is at least Reedsburg 3.0. It's at least the third time I've remade the yard here. So that was a few months ago, at least a few months ago, maybe more than a few months ago. But let me show you how that looks right now. Of course, I've also rebuilt a lot of the city itself there in the background. Probably in the last couple of my videos, definitely the video with the Greenbrier Express, I think you can see the yard the way it is here. So not too much to explain. Of course, I've got the the roundhouse and the coaling tower and stuff in my yard because I do what this route is set in the modern time, but I also do steam. Somebody commented on one of my videos recently that the cars that I was using with a steam engine, they were not period correct. Well, that is definitely true, as I'm using my steam engines in the modern era. Just because I can, because it's my railroad. So I guess my route concept, you'd have to imagine that. I guess the way I imagine it, a very, very, very rich man bought the railroad, and they have enough money to do pretty much whatever they want on their railroad. So they've made this area kind of like a, I guess like the steam town that's up in Pennsylvania, but like what I mean is a real steam town where they keep a lot of steam locomotives, restore steam locomotives, run steam locomotives. But I mean, at the same time, this is a regular mainline track area. So I haven't thought so deeply about this concept, but that's the way you would think about it. Somebody rich enough to do whatever in the world they wanted to do owns the railroad, and that's kind of how I feel since I built this one. This is my railroad, so I can mix modern engines and steam and older Jeeps and pretty much do whatever I want to do, and that's pretty cool. So let's see. Anyway, this is the way the Reedsburg yard looks now. I've changed a lot of things, and from my older videos, you can see I had a different bridge in here. This is a bridge I've changed. I put some newer signals in here, although most of my route still has older signals. One definite thing to look at is the track. So this track has been changed. This is the same track that is on the NS Yard module. So that small route that you can download on the download station, which is awesome. I believe it's modeled after Bellevue, Ohio. And it's really, really in-depth. It's really awesome. And I got that, and I like the track on there, so I switched my track on my route to that same track that's on the NS Yard module. I built this area, so a little local Reedsburg freight depot area. Some of the JR industrial buildings kind of run down looking back there. The main this main freight depot there, and some areas where you could load different things on some cars. So that's an area that's fairly new that I built. I think I moved I put in this parking lot here next to that building, the main yard office, and the actual town. Have some of the some of the new JR city buildings along with Dave Snow's city buildings. Over here, this is Dave Snow's townhouse buildings, which are really good. Went with a lot of brick houses in here for the city part. Yeah. Raised that up a little bit with this brick wall. I like that. Down here near my station, put in a Krispy Kreme and Starbucks. Keep this area a little nice. I've kept this building here from all the changes that I've done to Reedsburg. I guess I kind of see it as maybe a municipal building, courthouse, city hall kind of thing. And around the corner, and I did this part quite a while back. I think you can see that area in several of my videos. Now another thing fairly recently was up here. I changed this. I lowered the land over here, put in some different houses, made the track raised on a raised area back here, put in a stone wall here along the tracks. And most areas that I've fixed more and updated more, I put in the main detailing is some of the grass, just using grassy. Some of the nice 3D trees mixed in with the background trees. JR rocks. I think this, I updated and changed this up here. I updated and fixed up that church a little better. Of course, I made a video already about this industrial park. Let's see. So I guess the main reason I haven't done as much lately on my route is I've kind of gotten bogged down, particularly because I've just had several ideas and several things I wanted to do, and I just couldn't get focused, I suppose. I want to build one part, but then I start thinking about another place that I want to work on and another thing, and I just haven't been focused, I suppose. So a few things that I want to do. So out here past the lake, this is one of my inns where I'm in the process of building, but I got bogged down. So I'm going to continue this branch line way on up here, and I want to put in a sand industry. Cause I saw this on a YouTube video about Norfolk Southern in Pennsylvania, and they were talking about this fracking sand, and that just seemed like a cool industry. I want to put that in up there. I researched and tried to see what that industry would look like, and that would, bring good traffic of sand cars down this branch line. So that's one thing that I want to do. And then I've worked mostly recently on the northern part of my route. So Reedsburg is here, we go east, we go west, and then this is the northern line. So in the northern line, I hear the very end, so this is where I was continuing, and I want, after I got the Tidewater Railroad from JR, and then they had that little intermodal yard, a very small intermodal yard there. So then I was like, man, I want an intermodal yard. So I started, building my next section, and I'm going to have a yard up here, and I'm going to have an intermodal yard. And I'm modeling the intermodal yard again. So I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel, but it's some guy who all his stuff is in Pennsylvania, and I think it's called Trainz 21 or something like that on YouTube, and he showed several videos of a small intermodal yard up there, and I'm going to kind of model this one on that. But yeah, as you can see, it is not done at all. Not even, remotely. It's unfinished. and I haven't gotten back to it yet, but that's what I'm doing there. And then I'm going to have another industry out here. I'm going to build a Ford factory. So I thought a vehicle factory would be a cool thing. I don't know if this looks like a Ford factory, but that's what I'm starting with. You know, I haven't gotten very far here where I'm going to put the loading area and unloading area for some other things, but that is on the agenda. And now eventually out here on the eastern end of my railroad, I haven't done anything to this area in a very long time. But when I do, what I'm going to do, probably, I don't know why that road just disappeared into the grass, I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I want to have kind of a imitation horseshoe curve going on out here, because I was watching the live stream on YouTube with horseshoe curve, and that's pretty cool. I like the way that looks. I want my own, so I'm going to build kind of an imitation horseshoe curve out here at the end of the world. What else? All the way down at the other end, at the western end. So this is going to be Norfolk Southern Interchange. But again, this area hasn't been touched in a very long time. Let's see. What I've spent a lot of time on recently is on this northbound part of my route. So I've been really redoing a lot of stuff, because this is the oldest section of my route, and it just some stuff was old and it looked crappy and it needed to be fixed. So I just recently put in new bridges here from the old bridges that I had. I like this railroad bridge. I like the way that looks. That's in the other part of the video today with a train running across it, and you'll see that there. And just getting the details down, getting this the grass in, the bushes, the vegetation, basically, grass, bushes, vegetation, rocks, getting things looking like they should look, this little fence, things like that. And here I took everything out of this area because I'm going to redo it. This area too. I don't know what I'm going to put here. Maybe just some houses, but it's getting redone. So I detailed all this area up by the river with, again, the vegetation, rocks, grass, all that stuff. This over here is a power plant that's also not completed. This I just did here in the last week. So this just I took out some old things, erased some old stuff, put in new stuff, new houses, new roads, put it in a lower area from the track so the track would be raised up, used the JR Church and this JR fire station that were from the Tidewater Railroad's pack. Basically just fixed up this little scenic area in here, remade all the way going up here to the tunnel, put in an older cabin overgrown with weeds and some junk outside and things like that. Changed the texture I was using on the rocks around the tunnel. So did that, and over here on the other side of the tunnel I erased everything that was in this section because, again, I'm redoing it. I don't know what I'm going to put in here. I don't know if this is going to be an agriculture area with some farms, or it's just going to have some houses, or have a little fishing area down here by the bridge. So this is getting remade. And then you get up to here. I'm still planning to put some little industry in here. We get up to Brookville, to this little town. A few things in here need to be updated and fixed. I'm fairly satisfied with the main part of the town. That's probably okay. This area up through here has already been updated pretty well. I got grass and everything in here. At least I do up to this bridge. Once you get past the bridge, this section still needs to be detailed with grass and bushes and vegetation, but that's not a very big deal. But it does need that detail work. When you get up here, yeah, right across this crossing, then we get back into an area that's detailed. So we got the grass and the bushes and the vegetation and everything here. I can't remember, did I remake this section? No. Might have to do something with those houses and buildings up there. You know. But this section is okay. Up here, this little town is mostly okay. It might need a little more detailing here and there. Where we go out to the new area. So anyway, that's just a little update, what I've been working on, how I got slowed down, bogged down, trying to do too many things at once. Now, not to mention, I just haven't been on Trainz as much because I play a lot of a game called Naval Action, and that game tends to be kind of somewhat time consuming. So that's probably the #1 reason I haven't got as much done on Trainz. But that's going to be all for today. I'll try to get out some more videos more often, even if it's just a short video of some pretty trains running. But until then, have a nice day, and I'll talk to you on the next one.